And there you have it, with all those tips and those plants that you have in your tank right now floating. It's going to take a lot of the nutrients out of the water. Now all that's left is to eliminate the algae that's already in the tank. To do that, you have two different options. You can have an algae scrubber, the magnetic ones, and scrub it every 2 to 3 days. You can also get one of those algae scrapers. Use it every time you do a water change. You can also get fish that eat algae. The great thing if you're a beginner is that you'll probably have guppies or other live bears like mollies, swordtails. What they do is they eat the algae that forms on plants, which is really good, because that algae called hair algae, those little strings that form, they are very annoying. You still have to deal with the algae that forms on the glass. What I would recommend is to get a bristlenose pleco, not just any pleco, because if you get like a common pleco, it's gonna grow really quickly. It's gonna grow over 1 feet long. The bristlenose pleco, however, it only grows to 4 or 5 inches, and they eat the most type of algae. Like, there are other small plecos like the leopard pleco, but get the bristlenose pleco. You're not gonna waste your money or anything, because the odds are when you do become more advanced and you want a different type of pleco, you're probably gonna have like 6 tanks anyway, and you're gonna have a place for the bristlenose. They're really amazing. You can get Malaysian trumpet snails as well. They help aerate the soil. They reproduce really quickly, but it's never a problem if you have the filtration. You can also get other fish like the Siamese algae eater or autosynclus catfish, but autosynclus catfish, they're a bit harder. They die pretty easily, so and they don't do as well in hard water. They do okay with hard water, but their natural habitat is soft water. So Siamese algae eater though, they are awesome. They eat every they eat, I can't even describe the Siamese algae eater in words. They eat everything. Like, they eat every algae, like almost every algae. They never stop eating it. The drawback about Siamese algae eaters is that when they do get bigger, I think they grow up to 6 inches, which is pretty big. They start eating Java moss as well. So like, another thing about the Siamese algae eater is that make sure you're getting a Siamese algae eater, because some pet stores, they label it, they label other fish as Siamese algae eaters. One of them being the Chinese algae eater, another being the flying fox. The Chinese algae eater, definitely stay away from those. Some people say it worked for them, but that's great, but they grow big, they're really aggressive, and they'll probably eat more plants than algae. So yeah, just take a look. Google Siamese algae eater versus flying fox versus Chinese algae eater. Look for the differences. I think the Chinese algae eater has another stripe on top of the black stripe. Just make sure you're getting the right fish. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time for my next video. I'm going to be buying some new fish and showing you guys how to properly put fish into an aquarium.